now. Exactly.
Very good.
Now.
Recording on the MacBook Pro non-unibody 17-inch.
Indeed, I am.
To my left, screen right.
Yes.
All right. Shall we start?
Yes, we shall.
Let's go. Here we go. Coming up on RoundAbout, Chevrolet breaks a Guinness World Record. Half a dozen baby squirrels go for a harrowing ride, and the Germans take camping to the high seas. Aye, matey. Keep your Zune-pod Touch tuned to the RoundAbout program and take another shot. RoundAbout is sponsored by Advance Auto Parts. Visit our website, roundaboutshow.com, to get up to $30 off your next purchase.
From dark and gloomy Northville, Michigan, I'm Stephen J. Ewing from Autoblog.
From significantly more pleasant Long Beach, California, I'm Michelle Naranjo of Autobytel.
And keeping it clean in the butthole of America, a.k.a. Raleigh, North Carolina, I'm Josh Lewis from rawautos.com.
From RoundAbout's mobile studios in, well, Ben's apartment, I'm your host, Craig Cole.
And doing this from the comfort of my own home, I'm producer Ben Sanders. Where's my robe?
This is Roundabout.
Why do you need a robe if you're wearing Michelle's pajamas?
There's no top to my pajamas.
Exactly.
I don't want to know about the robe.
Go, whoever's reading it.
Oh, welcome to Roundabout, episode 99, our weekly chat covering car culture, vehicle reviews, and some of the auto news you may have missed.
Remember I said you could do an accent if it was good, Josh.
And consistent might have been good.
I couldn't do the Cajun very well.
Yes,
It
accent
just came out too wild.
He's got, what would we call, accent dysgorgia or something? I don't even know what it would be called. You can't keep his accent straight. Anyway, are you guys ready to party like it's episode 99? I hope you are, because that's what we're doing right here, right now, Roundabout.
You used that joke with me on the phone earlier.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Craig gets one joke and he uses it all the time, and then next week he thinks of one new one, and then uses that one all the time.
Joke of the week.
Well, come on now. It's hard to come up with new and original content. Anyway.
I do it every day.
Do you? Original? Informative?
I
factual?
Or extra crispy.
Well,
Not unless he's being paid to take the content.
that's right. To skim the cream off the top, right?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Ugh.
Anyway, so we've got big news coming up next week for our combination 2-year anniversary / 100th episode, so make sure you tune in for it. We've got a collection of your favorite RoAB personalities lined up, including Mr. Zach Bowman. You may remember him from famous shows such as RoundAbout and Roundabout.
Oh, it does. It
does ring a bell?
ring a
You
bell
remember that
now,
guy?
yeah.
I remember that kid.
That gingery-looking feller.
Kind of foul-mouthed.
Tends
He
to be-
sounds sort of familiar. I feel like I know him.
Well, perhaps you do. He's an urban legend in some areas.
He hasn't talked to me since we were in Vegas together, so.
We had a hard time wrangling him. He's like a Sasquatch from the South. But anyway, now, the Colonel and I just got back from an important meeting. We can't say anything about it right now, but we should be able to talk about it next week. So, again, stay tuned
Yeah,
for
we
episode
mentioned
100.
we mentioned there'd be big news. I really can't tell you what it is right now, but it will be
Worth
changing news.
listening, I think.
Yeah.
Nothing's final yet, but you'll see. So,
If you're a fan of Roundabout, you're going to want to catch this very important episode.
What if you're a panelist and you don't even have a clue?
Then
You should be there.
I encourage you to show up.
And write your stories.
Wait, what if you're an occasional guest that nobody really likes? I mean,
Then you never get to know.
No.
Well, you probably don't even subscribe to the show, so
Yeah.
We'll never tell you, ever.
actually, I should. That's a good point.
How do you subscribe to the show again?
you can do it in a number of ways. There are many outlets where fine podcasts can be subscribulated to. iTunes comes to mind, the Zune Marketplace. I'm sure there are a number of others. You could listen to it live right on the website, roundaboutshow.com. That's an option as well.
Yeah. All of these handy links, it's a coincidence, available on roundaboutshow.com.
Is that true?
It's true.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I'm subscribing right now.
Well, God bless you. And listeners, you should go out there and do it too. We need all the help we can get. We need support. Lift and separate Roundabout. Separate it from the crowd. Lift it above the competition.
Yeah, and Baja Busta just reminded us, don't forget about YouTube.
Oh, yes.
That's true.
We do have a thriving YouTube channel
And
Going over.
Stitcher.
And Stitcher, where you can win $100.
That's
every
10
month.
of these 10 times.
Yep.
Yes.
Movie
Anyway.
show.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea.
Steven, I think you've got your finger on the trigger right now. You're going to fire the load here.
I do.
Gunpowder.
I do. So it was an event that required a bow tie, but this one wasn't your typical formal cheese fest. This was 1,143 GM customers in Pyeongchang, Gangwon, Korea, who gathered their Spark, Aveo, Cruise, Orlando, and Captiva models into a Chevy bow tie that set a new Guinness World Record for largest car logo, measuring 688 feet in length and 221 feet in width, breaking a previous record held by Subaru in 2008. The event was to celebrate Chevy's 98% growth in its 6 months of being in Korea. 98% times nothing equals, 1,143 cars, I
So
guess.
that was all of them then, right? Join the bow tie.
That's
Basically.
amazing.
Wow.
2 car companies that nobody cares about in
They
general.
sent out an email and said, if you bought one, show up.
Well, no, that's not what I've heard. I've heard Chevrolet is very popular in Korea. The Koreans like that American flavor, but I don't know.
Yeah, but they're called
98% more popular.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what's amazing? Every time I'm with a Korean person, they're always asking me, hey, what's the best American restaurant in town?
And you tell them the family restaurant down the road.
McDonald's.
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
So
Go to the Denny's.
moving along, we got another little story with some international flair here. I'm not sure why this exists, but awesome is the only way to describe it, and I think you'll agree. Have you ever wanted a houseboat you could tow behind your family car? What about a camper that floats? Well, the Sealander Schwimm Caravan from Germany is the answer to your prayers. This little ditty features a configurable interior complete with a kitchenette, 2 berths, and even a deck, all wrapped in a petite, Europe-sized package. Now every salty cur can take to the seas and get a good night's sleep while doing it. For more information about this cool but seemingly useless contraption, hit the Sealander website in the show notes on roundaboutshow.com and contact Mirko Reinhardt as well to translate, since everything is in German. Now, Michelle, I suspected you would have wanted to do this one.
I love that one.
You have a place for this with your mini horse, your mini aquatic camper? And...
Sure, I have RV parking behind my house.
Oh, really? You got space. You're the Long Beach. The lots must be like 10 acres.
Well, I just have a big lot for Long Beach. I'm kind of.
Big
Michelle's
lots.
got a really big lot.
Let me tell you how big my lot is.
This is straying into uncomfortable territory.
Well, you wearing Michelle's
Space.
pajamas started things off on a bad foot then.
I know.
I know
Or
they're
a bad
comfortable and
leg.
breathable, but
Wait, do
Anyway.
you have enough room for a racetrack, though?
No, I don't.
We could race the
Speak-
Kia.
Maybe a miniature horse racetrack.
you could get one of those harness races, or one of those things, you little carriages you jingle along behind the ponies in. Anyway, speaking of racetracks, Michelle,
Yeah, well, according to the website hotlap.com, 6 baby squirrels were found in the airbox of a BMW Z4 M Coupe after a BMW CCA driving school session at Watkins Glen. The babies were relocated to somewhere more safe and were apparently
dumpster.
Canadian immigrants who came over the border with the car. Those dang Canadians will do anything to make us go, aw. The picture
Aw.
is so cute.
Oh,
Isn't that cute?
it bit me. I have to go to the
Can you
doctor
imagine
now
how
and get a
scared
shot.
those little things must have been flying around Watkins Glen?
Aw.
Whoa! Squirrels are a member of the rodent family, are they not?
They are.
Yeah.
They are?
They're rats
Yeah.
of the trees.
Oh, they so cute.
Oh, hell no.
Look
I
at
don't want
them.
those crawling
Oh, they so-
around in my engine.
I like the one where he's looking out the grill and it looks like he's in jail.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I love how they were probably actually in there because they were just excited to make their first turns around Watkins Glen. You know, since they
They've done more than
they
me.
decided to sneak in.
They're co-pilots. How did they not get sucked into the engine or die from like the pressure changes inside the airbox?
Because German cars and Germans in general are no longer allowed to kill people.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nice.
There's a special heat sensing unit in there.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
okay. Well, that's perhaps more uncomfortable. But speaking of Germans and uncomfortable,
Yes. Yes.
Josh,
Have
you were all
guys-
over this one for some reason.
all over it.
It should be mine.
I know.
Sorry. I
let you have it, Josh. I'll let you have it.
That's because you love it.
Chat with Michelle, Joey Naranjo.
We haven't had one of these in a while.
No, we haven't.
Well,
Josh Lewis
speaking
edition.
of Michelle, you guys ever heard about this thing called face lube? Well, supposedly it's facials for men? Wait, allow me to rephrase that, please. According to Face Lube, it's quote-unquote high-performance masculine face care for one of its products. There's anti-aging cream and assorted quote-unquote German care for a man's man. To be honest, I'm not really sure how to take this. As a guy, I've been told that creams don't work. I mean, after all, if it says it makes you bigger, never mind. Anyway, back on track. According to the website, Face Lube, this is what they say on their website. Face Lube is premium, results-based masculine men's anti-aging skincare products for a man's man. Built from the ground up for masculine men, Face Lube uses no common beauty terms with female characteristics. From the packaging, they had to say packaging. The
It says
marketing to the
anti-aging
retail environment-
horsepower.
What'd you say?
It says anti-aging horsepower.
From the packaging, the marketing to the retail environment, Face Lube is catered to the preferences of masculine men. I honestly do not know if I'd be willing to even try this. In fact, I really don't get the whole anti-aging marketing stuff. What say you guys?
Wouldn't it be more manly to have a bucket of pumice and some palm olive and scrub your face
exactly.
with that? I mean,
Like a big old thing of that orange goo, whatever they
You're
call it.
right.
I gotta
Yeah,
take a
and
shower.
lava soap. Lava soap is the best.
Ooh, lava
Love it.
soap.
Just rub it all on your face. Yeah.
Scour to
It's
pull
Wash your
exfoliation.
face on up.
Can I just point out once more that this stuff is called face lube?
Well, at least it's face lube and not something else lube.
Well, it's close enough. That's all I have to say.
Lubrasaur.
It's
No,
about as
thanks.
close as you can get to being the most uncomfortable heterosexual male in the bar going, hey, have you guys tried a new face lube yet?
No.
Creamy.
Hey, have you guys tried out the new face lube yet?
It's got German horsepower
Oh.
for your face.
No, it's German horses, not horsepower, horses.
Oh.
So,
Well,
yeah,
what-
this
how
is
could
just,
this-
I don't even know. In fact, let's just move on because I hear
Yes.
there's something about a really big man in a small car.
Yeah, this is almost as
that a
repulsive
transition?
to me as face lube. If you know how I feel about the car in question, that is. So 6'4", 320-pound tackle for the San Diego Chargers, Antonio Garay, I think that's how you pronounce it, drives a Smart for two with Hello Kitty on the side.
Yeah.
It's the big man in the small car thing, which sort of reminds me of the fat guy in a little coat in Tommy
That
Boy.
guy in a little coat.
Why did he have to die?
Craig
Do you
is
think he
still
pulls
bitter.
chicks with this thing?
Yes.
I think the only chicks he would pull with it are the kind of chicks that are either A, illegal, or B,
So elementary
fine.
school aged?
18-year-old Asian girls. I'm telling you. Every girl that I know that is Asian, Hello Kitty, everything. They could be 12, 58. I don't care how old they are. If they're Asian, they love Hello Kitty. Like I love cheeseburgers. It's disgusting.
What about Hola Gato?
Ha 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 ha.
Well, Steven's just a big old simmering pot of hate today.
What else is new?
Surly. All
Have we
right,
met?
moving along. Got another uncomfortable story, oddly enough. You may remember about a year ago, we featured a pedal-powered Porsche on Roundabout, complete with a creepy-looking Austrian TV journalist. Well, then again, maybe you don't, in which case, never mind. Well, today we're showcasing another velomobile. In keeping with the international theme, this one hails from the land of General Tso and his famous chicken. It's a homemade, human-propelled Hyundai Azera. We found not one, but two videos of it on Autoblog, highlighting the construction process and people's reactions to seeing it rolling down the road, as well as pedaling through the bike lane and even trying to get fuel. Pretty amazing. I give them a D+ for craftsmanship. It looks pretty shitty. And an A+ for creativity. I want one of these.
Don't.
You don't?
Or
Just because. Why wouldn't you want one, Michelle? It's cool.
Especially
'Cause
in
I
Long
went-
Beach.
I want the knitted Ferrari.
Yeah, I know.
Don't you wait? don't you have to live in San Francisco to really love the pedal-powered Hyundai Azera?
Well, what if every passenger could pedal? Hmm?
That would just suck, because then you get your friends in there like, hey, let's go over here. You know, you get two people pedaling the opposite way. You can actually essentially drift in a pedal-powered car. If all
I think
people have
that
pedals.
it has steering, Josh.
Yes.
Pedals.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Pedals
that's true. I
don't
forgot about
determine
that.
the direction.
All I'm thinking, what I'm thinking about is I'm thinking of like the little pedal, the little pedal things that you put on the little pedal boats on the lake and stuff like that. When one person pedals and you're like, would you pedal? And they're like, no, I don't really feel like it. And you're just going around in a circle, you know, like you're like, damn it, pedal.
At least they used the new Azera, like the one that is coming to
God,
America
the old
next
one was
year.
horrible.
Although I'm a little disappointed, this one is rear-wheel drive, though.
No. Yeah.
Not
You know what's
completely
funny?
accurate.
It looks a lot like my Spectra.
From
I mean,
2001,
same condition too. Yeah. all beat up.
wrinkly and
Mhm.
well, it's not rusting. It's made out of plastic. But there you go. Hit the link in the show notes, roundaboutshow.com. You can check out the videos for yourselves.
I used to sell these crappy cars, by the way. I used to sell Mazda, Kia brand new, and I sold a ton of crappy used Honda Azeras, and I wanted to burn every one of them to the ground. They all had the same disgusting interior scent. Oh,
What's a Honda Azera?
what did I say?
That's what you said.
Honda
Did
Azera.
I say Honda
Azera.
Azera? I'm sorry, Hyundai Azera. I'm sorry.
Hyundai.
Hyundai.
It's Hyundai, like Sunday.
But you know,
Agree to
I'm
disagree.
really curious. Could this car tell if the people were drunk buying it? Actually, that was a horrible lead-in. Hang on.
Michelle, you're next. How's that for a
Well,
segue? Go.
An Auburn Hills-based Takata business and its partner TrueTouch have received $2.25 million award from the Automotive Coalition for Traffic Safety to further their creation of a car start button that will measure alcohol blood levels. They have a long way to go, needless to say. The current alcohol sensing device is the size of a bread box. Craig, do you know how big a bread box is? You do?
Large.
Craig lives in the 1930s, remember?
Of course
That's
I
true.
understand the size of a bread box, Michelle. Why do you ask a silly question like that?
And when a forearm is placed on the machine, near-infrared light shines through the skin, bounces back, processes it through a spectroscope, and gives you the information on the blood alcohol levels. The process currently takes 1 minute and can be programmed to recognize cellular fingerprints to avoid someone taking the test in place of the drunk. The potential problems: how do you fit a bread box into a start button? Reducing the time it takes to measure into a reasonable start time for the car, and user recognition issues. It sounds like a boondoggle.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, here comes the serial rapist tracking me down. Let me start my car to get away. Oh, now I got to sit here for a minute and a half.
Right? Or are you going to say to your buddy, hey, will you start my car for me?
What about remote
Oh, you
start?
mean like in 40-Year-Old Virgin? Hey, will you blow into this for me?
Exactly.
What's this for? Oh, it's just, suggested by the judge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's hope this does not become a feature on vehicles going forward.
Yes, because I'm drunk every day I get in my car. Drunk on life.
Okay, I'm glad you clarified. I'm glad for that. But yeah, what happened to just simple responsibility? That's what I want to know. That's a strong value, a bedrock of families, you know?
I think it died with Hitler.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you tell us about him?
Well, speaking of Hitler,
Well, that's just convenient. You brought him up.
We always like a
Some-
good history lesson on Roundabout.
and you
We
know
always
what?
love a good segue, too.
I will give you
Non sequitur.
a Stig Hitler lesson, okay? Some say he's the reason for the Beetle. Some say he's the greatest Antichrist of all time. All we know is he's called the Hitler.
I didn't
And
know
this
he got
Hitler-
the definitive article there, the Hitler.
Well, there's only one, Stephen. Let's be clear. You can't be a Hitler
Yes.
I mean, okay.
or an
He
Hitler.
was a Hitler. His
Let's
name was
think about
Adolf.
it this way, though. How many people have you ever known that were either named Adolf or Hitler outside of that guy?
Well,
I
they
think
all
that
changed their name to, like, Hister or something. No,
Yeah,
they changed it to
the
Hiller.
closest, the closest I've ever seen was Himmler. It's like, even that's bordering, But supposedly, this Hitler tried to actually get out of a speeding ticket in 1931 by saying, It wasn't me. I'm my lookalike. Driving a supercharged Mercedes-Benz limousine in
Ba Ebenhausen.
south of Ingolstadt on September 19th, 1931, traveling at a speed of 55.3 kilometers per hour, or because we're American and we have a better speed limit, 34.3 miles per hour.
That's speeding?
In real driving measurement, like I said. He was going twice the posted speed limit and was to receive an immediate license ban. Now I ask myself, how was he caught in a day where radar was barely even being used in a war?
Mm-hmm.
2 police officers with stopwatches timed him going 200 meters in 13 seconds, which is how they supposedly attain the average speed of the Hitler Benz, or should I say the Bahn burner. Too soon? Too soon? Well, Hitler swears it wasn't him, and that it was actually his chauffeur, Julius Schreck, whom he told to drive as fast as possible, but with no reason given. And I'm sure if good old Addy were still with us today, he'd be still claiming his innocence to at least one thing, a speeding ticket.
Aww. And the moral of the story is?
Don't speed in a supercharged Mercedes-Benz when you look like Adolf Hitler.
Or Princess Diana.
No, wear your seatbelt and don't sit on the floor.
What if they Take it off!
Then
Take
James
it
Bond
off!
shows up at the door, shoots me in the chest.
Wow. So he has a long history of breaking the law then. I never knew.
Well, it wasn't. Most of those things weren't laws by the time he got there. It was just things you shouldn't do. Like,
common decency.
Yeah, like, masturbating on an airplane. Thanks a lot, Bin Laden.
Well, okay.
Okie dokie.
Michelle gave it her nod of approval, apparently.
Oh my God! I'm just one sound bite after another.
Yep, you don't know.
Minutia.
And that wraps up the newsy part of the show. So if you've been fast forwarding through the boring bits, you can hit play now. We'll keep things rolling with Michelle Naranjo from AutoBytel.com, Jerry Lewis from Raw Autos, and of course, Stephen J. Ewing, the Autoblog man. And after the break, we'll take a peek in the rearview mirror and go for each other's throats in the Versus segment. What? But now, I need to take a moment to talk about our good friends.
A serious note.
At Advance Auto Parts.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow the link on the right-hand sidebar of our website, RoundAboutShow.com, that can
Not
be
right
your,
now. It'll stop the streaming.
That will be your ticket to major savings. Okay?
I'm listening intently.
Follow that link, right-hand sidebar of the RoundAboutShow.com website.
Yes.
Click on that. Enter the promotion code, and you can save $10 off an order of $30, $20 off an order of $50, $30 off an order exceeding $100.
Ooh.
And the Hall brothers are impressed.
Man.
Again, that is 10 off 30, 20 off 50, or 30 off 100. That's nearly a third off. Do I need to remind you again? That is nearly 1/3 off the price.
This is just crazy. Tell me that again, please.
It's nearly 1/3 off.
Oh, my God.
I know. So, again, in order to get these big savings, you got to go to our website.
How much is it off? I'm sorry.
It's a lot, Ben. Go to
Take it off!
A full third, in fact.
Yes, well, not quite, nearly.
Oh.
An almost full.
Does Michelle want me to take it off?
No. So, again, that's roundaboutshow.com. Click on the Advanced Auto Parts website link on the right-hand sidebar and enter the promo code when you check out, and you will be saving some big bucks. And again, if your order exceeds $75, you are eligible for free shipping. Delivered right to your door at no cost. Of course, right to your door. Of course, you can always pick things up in the store if you prefer. That is always an option. Visit the friendly folks at Advance Auto Parts. And even if you're not in the market for replacement parts or aftermarket parts, you can still follow the link to show them that you care about us and them, because we thank them for their support of Roundabout Show.
In fact, we do.
Did I miss anything, Ben?
I don't think
You're looking pretty scornful over there, and I'm not sure why.
No scorn at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think
just a guilty conscience.
this is a great deal.
It's a steal.
I agree, Christian.
Aw.
Oh.
Ben even keeps him around when he's not here.
I miss my co-host.
That's love.
Coast.
My coast.
So, again, Advance Auto Parts, we thank them for their support of the Roundabout Show, and you should too. Moving along, it is time for our next segment. We're going to take a misty-eyed look at things from the past. So, Ben, I think you have to start playing the musical sting that we've called for in the rundown here.
Uh-huh.
So,
What?
it's for...
Stretch?
It's for the Roundabout Rear View segment where we take a look at things from the past. We tend to be a rather eclectic podcast here, so we like to, bring some historical depth, context to the show.
Well, let's do that.
All right, let's go.
When I go a-motoring in my old jalopy, I think of all our picnics, those Joes sure were sloppy. But more than anything, I can't forget you. Here's another edition of Roundabout
Review.
So I can't help it.
Josh,
What was happening? I'm looking at the live cameras, and
Yes.
Josh just started cracking up.
Ben spent an entire night writing that.
I then mercy laughed, like how people mercy puke.
Yes.
I mercy laughed.
See, isn't that what makes Roundabout awesome?
I'm sorry, that was funny. That was hysterical. It sounded just like a mentally challenged Adam Sandler.
Wow.
That's
He's
that's
not
kind. That's what
penalty
that is.
challenge on his own.
We were hoping it sounded like it came from a wax cylinder, Josh, but, you can call it how you see it. That's fine.
Exactly what it sounded like.
Wow.
I think it's fantastic, Ben. I love it.
And he
Thanks,
also tried
Michelle.
to use GarageBand to make an appropriately old-timey theme song to go along with it, but he just couldn't swing it.
Actually,
Having
can
no
you actually
musical
send
talent.
that to me? 'Cause
Exactly.
I love that. I'm listening to it every day in my car.
You should make it your ringtone.
Oh,
When I
Yes.
go a
Wait,
motoring.
can we distribute that as the special Roundabout Show ringtone?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Indeed.
High five, air five, Michelle. Everybody, Steven, you're not doing it right, per usual. All right, there we go. Air five, great. Yeah.
And by the way, Steven, you're not wearing your hood as promised.
Yeah.
I'm trying to high five both of them.
Oh,
Well,
Michelle.
Gorski's not here
Oh.
yet.
Wrong way, Josh.
Other way,
90
Josh.
degree- there we go. There we go. Okay, Steven, back what you were doing there. High five.
That's
Ah.
kind.
I
There we
have
go.
really big hands.
Do
This
you want me to
play,
wear the hood as promised?
I'll tell you what. That high five played really well on radio.
Scott in Cleveland says his favorite sting is still taking it to the max.
Taken. I won't do it.
No, we don't need to hear that. Definitely.
All right, Craig. What do
not.
we got here? What do we got?
We got a video here that you found or somebody did of an old Puget 205 GTI spot that proves why computer-generated graphics stink. This is an old commercial, I understand, for an automobile,
I understand that as well.
a French vehicle.
I think Zach Bowman,
Bowmanator?
the aforementioned Zach Bowman, found this.
It is
The
awesome.
French make cars?
Not good ones, but they do make automobiles. It's got
Look
an
at it
airplane. It's
go.
got explosions. It's got a guy with a bow tie and a tux on. It's presumably some sort of James Bond-esque character. Looks like a French version of like a C-5 Galaxy transport plane flying over it, dropping explosives, like little dynamite sticks. They're driving on a glacier too. Can you believe that? A glacier. These little rockets land in the ground. They're blowing up smoke. The car's fishtailing through these explosions. Boom, boom, boom. The guy's cool as a cucumber. Look at that. He's got to meet his hot date who's drinking. There we go. I don't speak French, but sure.
205 GTI, plus GTI que jamais.
Whoa.
That was sexy.
Michelle, you speak them kind of languages, don't you?
Yeah, all he said was the name of the car and said, it's the GTI that I love.
So he doesn't like the woman he's presumably going to have relations with?
Well, she was pre-partying, so he may not look down upon that so well.
Mm.
Now, do you know why that commercial could never happen today?
Do tell.
Bombs,
Uh,
explosions.
Because of global warming, folks, because of Al Gore, we found out that we have no more glaciers. In fact, there's no more ice anywhere. It's all desert.
Yeah, we had
So
to
that-
defrost the fridge at work when we were moving. It was definitely
So,
global
yeah.
warming in the office.
So we'd be driving on desert or the fridge from work.
Desert is like dessert, but with half as many S's.
You know, I I don't even have anything to say. 'cause it
Steven,
was-
you've been awfully quiet on these issues. What is running through your mind?
Just trying to not lash out.
Bury that hatred deep inside and never tell anyone.
Is it because of me?
No.
Oh,
No.
I figured it was my Al Gore joke.
No,
sometimes-
actually, I thought about something, a funny Al Gore joke that I had heard. I was listening to the Car Talk podcast from a few, maybe like a month or so ago now. and they were doing a thing in the beginning about like the world's shortest books, one of which was titled Al Gore: The Wild Years.
Car Talk, aren't they like our grandpappies in the podcasting world?
Basically.
They do it's a radio program, I understand. Take
Yeah.
another
It
shot.
is on the NPRs.
Yes.
Actually,
Nippers.
it's funny. I have many people ask me if I know what the Car Talk show is. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I know what it is. Never really listened. And they're like, well, you should. They know a lot about cars.
They're the Throttle Twins, aren't they, Ben?
I have no
Throttle
idea.
Twins?
Everybody
Whoever
tells
those
me,
guys are.
Click and Clack, the
Yeah.
Tappet brothers.
Sure, whatever.
Everybody tells me they're really funny and they know a lot about cars and they make fun of people.
Well, I like that. Is it mildly anti-Semitic?
I hope so for anybody's
It's not
sake.
RoAb then.
Oh, that's right. Oh, dear. Well, we're getting in trouble now. So, yeah, there you go. Great little commercial for Peugeot, the 205 GT. Do any of you guys know what year that was from, by chance? Pray tell.
1987, maybe?
Wow. It's an old one. It's an oldie but a goodie. And I think that's why it qualified for a roundabout rear view. You know?
Aww.
You know, I mean,
As I
it's
drink my organic apple juice.
apple juice from a juice box.
Yes, actually.
From the guy who rips on Al Gore. He's drinking organic apple juice.
El Gorge, bro.
Perfect.
He probably also drinks Rush Limbo.
Limbo.
Kool-Aid?
Lemonade.
I was gonna-
Lemonade.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
going to say Kool-Aid, but okay.
He makes a lemonade.
Actually,
Oh, does he?
I drink,
That's great.
I drink Arnold Palmer's. Thank you very much. Arnie
I
Palmer.
love a good Arnold Palmer. I once went to an Olga's for lunch, and instead of asking the waitress for an Arnold Palmer, I ordered a Robert Palmer.
Actually, to be truthful and honest, I don't even know if that goes together, but that is one of my favorite
redundant,
80s
right?
musicians, acts, entertainers, anything. I love Robert Palmer.
I love all the mannequin type chicks in the background of his videos.
I know. I was going to ask if your glass of Robert Palmer showed up with red lipstick on the glass.
I don't know who you're talking about, but it's funny.
Oh, boy.
Actually,
That's clever is what it is.
Well, I have some things to say, but this is not a musical show. This is a car show.
Is it? Well,
Do we have something else we can do with cars?
All right, well.
I wonder if there is.
Gosh
Let's
almighty.
play a game. Come on, y'all. Let's play a game.
How about cribbage? How about we play a game of pause until we get that, and Ben will mark it.
Mark it.
Sorry.
We'll cut the last half hour out.
The Marx
and
Brothers.
what a tight show this is.
Get the
Say,
lube.
Craig?
We even had face lube, too.
Oh, God.
Anyway, as you know, we've got another segment coming up. It's everyone's favorite new game.
Versus?
Yes.
Versus. You're saying it's versus.
It's time for the versus segment, Ben. You go ahead and-
Versus.
Ooh. So here we go again. As you know, in this game, two panelists debate the merits and demerits of one particular vehicle for 3 rounds, and the other two pick a winner. Now, we've got to draw names out of a hat that we did not pre-prepare, Ben, so I'm going to let you randomize those while I discuss some of the rules of the program.
Please do.
Yes. So, like I mentioned, we will have 3 different rounds. We will decide, as Ben is doing right now, who will be the pro, who will be the con, and who will be the judges. 2 will be the judges, 1 will be pro, 1 will be con. The pro and con will face off in a battle to the death, as it were, to convince the judges that their viewpoint on a particular vehicle in each of the rounds is the right one. So, Ben, who is going to be what?
All right. So here's what we've got.
What?
What? From my hat, I will choose a piece
Let's
of paper.
see your hat.
He's on the other side.
You're not
Here
a-
it is. He
Oh,
wears a
yep,
cup.
there it is.
It's his miniature fez he wears. It's from Tim Hortons.
It's that sort of hat.
Mm.
So, number 1 is Russell, and it's Michelle.
And she
Michelle
is?
will be let's see, pick a number 2 piece of paper. Judge. Michelle will be a judge. Lucky her.
Yay me.
She gets
Yay
to do what she
bees.
loves best.
Cutting
right.
people down.
That's a mighty small hat you have there, Ben.
I know. All right. Another number 1 paper. This is Josh.
And
Josh
what
is going to be
Joshua going to be?
con. Josh will be con.
Con.
So
I love hating on vehicles.
Lucky Josh. Here's another one. Craig will be Judge,
Great.
as usual. That means Steven is, in fact, pro. So, are we ready?
Aye.
Arguing against the great Stephen
So
J.
remember, we will have a primary round followed by a rebuttal round. The main round, 45 seconds. The rebuttal, 15 seconds. We have 3 rounds to go. Ben, what, or should I say, what is our first vehicle? Coming courtesy of the Auto-Biddle.
Yes, as always. Our good friends at Auto Buy Tell. Our first pick is the 2012 Mini Cooper Countryman.
Ooh.
And going first today, as I have randomized, will be Steven. So, Steven, on my
Yes.
mark, when you hear my bell.
Oh, and before we get started, I got to make a note. Judges, so Michelle, make sure you have an open Word document or just
Gotta
a
go.
scrap of paper.
It's a text file.
Great. All right, Ben, you may proceed at will.
When you hear my bell, you will have 45 seconds. 3, 2, bell!
All right, the Countryman. The Countryman is a sort of new breed of small crossover that it's in a segment with like the Nissan Juke, like really awesome, fun to drive little crossovers. There was a lot of weirdness surrounding the Countryman when it first came out because people were like, "Oh, it's a Mini. Mini doesn't make crossovers. It's a Mini." But honestly, the Countryman is perhaps like the most fun to drive CUV ever. Well, maybe not ever, but you get a ton of functional space. It's super cute. It's surprisingly efficient. It's great in all 4 seasons. It's just an excellent all-rounder for people who don't need a ton of space, like a larger crossover, even something like a Honda CR-V. But
I'm afraid your time is out.
It's like a
Good go,
samurai
Steven.
sword
Good go.
cutting him off, Ben.
All right, Josh is next, and at the sound of my bell,
Ding,
it'll be
ding.
time to be a con. Go!
All right, now the Mini Countryman sucks, and here's why. It's not truly that mini. It's actually kind of large, but it's actually not even that large. Mini says it's not mini, but it's not large. So what the hell is it then? Well, it's about the same size as a Honda Fit, and the last time I saw one of those, I wanted to have a Fit because it made me vomit. I do not like the interior space
He's a
of
rapper.
it, which the Mini Countryman has about the same of. The Mini Countryman actually, while it drives well, it doesn't drive like a sporty Mini. It has 4 seats where there's no leg room, 2 little sliding cup holders, and it's just kind of a pointless vehicle for Mini to build. I do not understand this vehicle at all. I do not understand why they needed to make something that they call a crossover.
Time is up. Steven, it's time for your rebuttal round.
You got the brass knuckles on?
I can do this.
What about the trench knuckles with the integrated knife?
At the sound of my bell, you will have 15 seconds to rebut. And rebut.
I can say this. I've spoke with people at Mini, and the reason why they built the Countryman is because there were a large excess of people that came in and said that the Clubman was just too small for what they need, and that they can still have all the benefits of a Mini. The cute.
Too late! Too late! You're out of time.
Balls.
Ben, you don't have to have a seizure when he's getting close to the end
I'm
there.
a podcast Hitler.
I know you are, a little podcast Nazi.
At the sound of my bell, Josh will have 15 seconds to rebut.
Are you ready?
It could come at any time. You never know when. Bell!
So here's the thing. The Clubman sucks because it was a wannabe. Well, who knows what the hell it was. It wasn't anything, and it doesn't really work, and so they made the Countryman. What does the Countryman do? Nothing. It is pointless. Make more small Minis. Make the Mini smaller, or just make one gigantic SUV.
The Mini Expedition, then.
Exactly.
Okay.
Call it the Mini something.
All right. So now, Michelle, we are the judges this week.
Week.
What were some of your thoughts on this first round? Pluses,
Well,
minuses?
I think Steven gave a really good summary, and his rebuttal was, pretty concise, although he didn't manage to make it in time. I think he actually was responding to somebody who uses the word suck too much.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. So, yeah, it was great. Good arguments on each side. I'm impressed by both of them. Nobody really fell apart like sometimes happens in round one, where somebody just rolls over and dies and the other person has their way with the round. So I'm glad that we have a fair match here. Pretty evenly balanced in my book. But we shall see. We shall see what comes up.
Are we ready for round two?
I do believe.
I think so.
Let's go.
All right. Our round two vehicle is none other than the 2012 Lincoln Mkz Hybrid. This time we start with Josh, the con, and at the sound of my bell, he will have 45 seconds. Bell.
Okay, the MKZ Hybrid. That's all I've got to say, really. It's a Lincoln mid-size sedan with a hybrid powertrain. Doesn't really get, it gets, decent gas mileage, but it's also it's like 35 grand. What's the point in that? I don't see the point in a car that's a hybrid, but wait, it's still a car. It's supposed to be really comfortable and luxurious and doesn't really do much else. It's not really fast. It's not really slow. It's just kind of there. Decent 41 miles per gallon in the city, 36 miles per gallon on the highway. That's where hybrids always fall apart, is on the highway. And Lincoln making a hybrid? I'm sorry, but every Lincoln...
You're done.
That's not a very organized argument there. I don't know.
That was such a horrible con anyway.
Yes.
Couldn't think of anything off the top of my head.
Steven, are you ready?
One hopes.
Ready and willing. All right. Thing about the MKZ Hybrid is it's the most fuel-efficient luxury hybrid currently available in the United States. It's larger, it's a bit larger than the Lexus HS250H Hybrid, which is just not even as efficient. It's more expensive. It's got a lot of tech, but so does the MKZ. You can get all sorts of good stuff in there. All the latest Ford infotainment. Sync, sync. Everyone likes sync.
And sync.
But honestly, like if you're looking for a small or mid-sized luxury sedan and you want excellent fuel economy like that, what else are you gonna get? Nothing else gets 41 miles per gallon in that segment. So
that sounds like the end of an argument.
Sort of awesome.
And you're under time. Good job, you.
Ooh, wow.
All right, Josh, it's time for your rebuttal round. I think you know what to do.
All right, so basically it's a more expensive Ford Fusion Hybrid. What's the point in that? With a Lincoln grill, Lincoln steering wheel? Why not just go buy a Ford Fusion Hybrid? If it's the most fuel-efficient luxury hybrid, well, you can't really call the Lexus hybrids really that luxurious. Dang it.
Oh, darn.
I should have spoke faster like I did the last time.
Steven?
Okay, yeah, you could just go buy a Ford Fusion Hybrid and save a little bit of money, but the Lincoln offers this sort of up-level appointment and luxury that you're just not going to get in the Ford, and the price isn't all that much more expensive. You get what you pay for.
Very well done.
God, in under time again.
I know.
He's an
overachiever.
By underachieving.
What's really sad is that I actually like the MKZ Hybrid.
Well, you didn't have to defend the Smart 4.2, so shut your trap. How about that? Cost me the round. Cost me the game. Ben.
Craig, what are your thoughts on this round?
Not as fiery as round one. I'm not going to lie. I was a little disappointed by this round. Kind of flaccid arguments on both sides. Yes, it was just there's not much fire in their bellies over the MK. Maybe it's just the vehicle of choice. Maybe they don't have as much hatred as we initially thought for each other. We'll see what goes down in round three. I think Ben did that by accident there.
He did.
So,
you okay over there?
Go ahead. Say again, Josh.
Oh, I was just saying it's even keeled, so we can't really be like we're supposed to keep soft voices when we argue about hybrids.
You don't want the neighbors to get called for domestic violence charges again.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand.
Exactly. I'm trying to be nice.
All right.
Got this guy next door screaming about green cars. It's ridiculous.
Michelle, what were your thoughts? Round two, just finished it up here.
Well, I think Josh, as a fan of the MKZ, is actually he had a rough go of it there because it's the argument with the Fusion and the Lincoln is obviously it is affordable luxury, right? And the interior is far superior to the Fusion. So unfortunately, he had that going against him, and it's not really his fault.
Ouch.
All right.
Wow.
So That's a little analysis on round 2. So, Ben, I understand we do 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm. I understand that
Is
as well.
that the next round?
That would be the next round. We just did 2. 1, 2, 3. Yes. That's
so
correct.
is that then the final round as well?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yep.
And then we pick a winner.
What's our vehicle?
That we do pick a winner.
And then
after
we're
that.
done.
And then get chicken dinner.
I can get Indian
Winner,
food.
winner, chicken dinner.
No, we're Indian food.
Winner, winner, Sheen dinner.
That's the sound for. That's the round 3 sound.
All right, what's it
All
going to
right,
be?
round 3, the 2012 Lamborghini Aventador, which I'm sure you all have driven, so that should make this very easy. So this time we start with Steven again. He's pro. And at the sound of my bell.
Okay, you don't really need to say much about the Aventador because it's the frickin' Lamborghini Aventador. It's like the hottest Lambo. It's the new awesomeness. It's like one of the sexiest cars ever made. It's red. It's awesome. It's got angles and it goes fast and it makes a really sweet noise. It's like every car enthusiast wet dream come true. It's like just this unattainable, just amazing, just it's the coolest, guys.
He just went back to being 8 years old.
And it looks really nice. That's all I have to say.
All right, and I believe you are under time again.
Again.
Josh, it's your turn. And
All right, it's a Lamborghini, so everybody expects it to be the coolest, greatest thing on the planet, but it's not. I mean, let's be honest here. How many more exotic cars do you need to see with exotic douchebags behind the wheel? I mean, these cars are not exactly driven by the car enthusiasts of the world. They're driven by the people you want to punch in the face and throw in the river because it's a good start. I mean, this car doesn't go towards me or Steven anymore. It goes towards the idiot because those are the only ones that, for some ungodly known reason, can actually afford one. And it's cool, but it's just not cool anymore. Where are you going to use it? Are these guys going to racetracks? No. They're doing burnouts in a parking lot at Publix, and it's ridiculous. Nobody needs 6.5 liters. Nobody needs 12 cylinders. This is just getting annoying. $375,000.
Sneaking in under the bell there.
that's right. Do you object, Craig?
No. It was within the chimes of the
sustained,
bell.
Sustained.
Yes. Over sustained or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's over. Yes. All right, time for our rebuttal rounds.
All right.
That means you have 15 seconds, and we start with Steven.
You can say all the negative stuff you want about the Aventador. Truth is, if someone came up to you and said, "Hey, Josh, I just got a new Aventador. Do you want to drive it?" You would say yes, and you wouldn't even think twice about it. Don't lie. Don't lie. You would.
Ouch.
You want that car. We all want that car.
I'm ready to rebut on this one.
Let's see your rebut.
All right, Josh.
Yeah, well, it's just like the Nissan GTR I just drove the other day because somebody told me I had to drive it. So they gave me the keys, and I said, "Oh, my God, I get to drive a Nissan GTR." And then I got out of it and said, "I'm going back to my M3, which actually has soul and a manual transmission." There. That's the last thing.
Speaking, well, I got a little
There.
comment there. Speaking of
I like that argument.
douchebags.
There.
So there.
So there.
We're seeing teeth now.
Oh, boy. So, Josh, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You comment on the Deutschbags. Yet you admit to driving a BMW M3.
Oh, yeah. No, believe me, I've had my fair share of run-ins with those guys, too, especially telling them to stop driving BMWs because...
I feel like we've had this conversation before. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Are they guys
not a
that like
douchebag.
live near your summer house?
I don't have a summer house. I have a house that I go to every couple of weeks to unwind because it's
Which is a summer house.
On the Jersey Shore. So,
the Jersey Shore.
do the other folks, we'll call them folks, that drive the M3, I'm assuming you're talking E46?
I'm E90.
Oh, the new one, the 4-liter V8.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, the fancy, new, expensive, very expensive one.
Actually, I bought it for really, really cheap.
So $50,000. Great.
Less than that.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
Yep.
So did you get the dual clutch automatic? No, you got the manual.
Oh, no, I'm not a douchebag, good sir. I actually know how to use my third leg.
But there are 3 pedals and I only have 2 feet.
Yes.
All right.
And as a beautiful girl I know once told me, a man should only drive with as many pedals as he has legs.
Okay.
Well, that's
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
Let's talk about this round, Craig.
So Michelle.
Okay,
start with
Michelle.
her. I want to hear the woman's perspective on this douchebaggery going on.
Well, I think that Stephen managed to kind of pull it out in the rebuttal because he acted like an 8-year-old in the first sort of section. But
I won't deny that. I won't.
It was cute. But Josh has some really good points there about this is a very expensive car that's kind of driven by
Bays.
those kind of people.
Yep.
The guys who wear Lamborghini T-shirts, hats, pants, jeans,
And lots of
underwear,
jewelry, I'm sure.
And they have trophy wives.
Tons of jewelry.
Jewelry. All right. Well, let's score these rounds now, shall we?
Let's just admit that I won.
Michelle,
Okay?
who did you?
We'll call it a show, and we'll drink a beer, and
Steven.
we'll have a weekend.
Overruled.
I will have order in this courtroom.
Just saying, it's an idea.
Disgorged, disbarred, whatever. Michelle, round 1, miniature countryman. Who took home gold in this round?
I think that Stephen won it just for use of grown-up language in that one, actually.
Miniature like a miniature horse, like Joy, who we love.
All right.
And BMW is Joy, and
Hey, I
BMW
object.
makes
He is
horses.
pandering to the judge.
All right. Well, okay. So you.
I could be bought, so
I will buy you 2 more miniature horses.
I'll buy you a
Buy you
miniature
an estate in
countryman.
Well, he can afford to buy you a racehorse if he's driving an M3.
exactly.
All right. See, I gave this one to Josh because let me explain. I went along with his argument that the Mini Countryman is a confused vehicle. It's rather pointless too. I've driven one. It's not that great on the road.
It's sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it's not what you think; it's how they argued it, Craigie.
And I like the way he argued it because he
Okay.
brought up some very
Sucks.
relevant points, Michelle.
Well, the Honda Fit.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
the same size, but it's supposed to be a crossover.
All right. So we have 1 for Josh, 1 for Steven. Lincoln Mkz Hybrid. Michelle, who did you cast your ballot for in this round number 2 Lincoln Mkz Hybrid?
This one was hard. I mean, unfortunately, I have to give it to Stephen because Josh had a really hard battle here because there's not a lot you can say bad about it considering that it's it is the price point that it is. It's priced the same as the regular version. It's so I think unfortunately I'm sorry, Josh.
No, it's okay. I got to give this one up to Steven anyway.
Yeah, I didn't like any of the arguments, so I didn't vote on this round.
Oh,
Damn it.
whoa.
Now Steven's up.
They both
2-1.
sucked. They both
So
sucked.
now Craig abstains in more than one way.
Mm-hmm.
Craig, I don't like you anymore.
Well, you shouldn't like your performance, Josh, because it was terrible. Anyway, third and final round, Lamborghini Aventador. Steven was pro, Josh was con. Who carried gold here? I voted for Joshua.
And why?
I don't know. I just thought his douchebaggeriness was
The
very...
Aventador, damn it! Have you seen it?
Who needs another cookie cutter supercar? Come on. Look at the demographic they appeal to.
I don't want to buy one, but
See?
crap, I'll drive it.
Why don't you want to buy one, Steven?
I don't have $30 billion.
Wait, no. Is it because that one of the members of the Jersey Shore will actually be driving past you, waving his middle finger at you? Is that why you don't ever want to buy one?
No,
Because you have style, taste, and an honest ability to actually be a good human being?
Because I'd rather buy like 200 Honda Fits.
Yeah, exactly.
You could chain
It's
them
like-
together and make a fit barge or
A whole
something.
stable of Honda Fits.
No, it's because at some point in my life I want to start my racing series called the 24 Hours of Honda Fit.
I thought we were doing that with the Aveo.
Yeah, 24 Hours of Aveo.
Oh my god, I couldn't drive the Aveo for 24 seconds.
That's the point.
That's the point.
I know, but like, you got to put a gun in everybody's car. The end of the race is actually somebody not shooting themselves.
Wow. Coarse language. All right, Michelle, who did you vote for?
I'm going to go with Josh on this
Whoa.
one. I don't understand how this is going to add up because you you didn't vote on the second round.
I abstained. So we've got the first round was a draw. Second round went to Steven. Third round went to Josh. That means we have to go to the chat room as the tiebreaker. Chat room.
Come on.
Chat room.
Fist pump
Pepper
here. Hang on,
W99. I don't know who the hell you are, but vote.
Oh, what the hell, Steven? Oh,
Baja Busta
Clearly,
says
I
Steven.
should be winning. Clearly.
We got to vote for Steven from
Clearly.
Baja Busta.
That's right.
this is
You guys are
crap.
all excellent.
Scott in
You're
Cleveland.
all-
Who took Steven?
You're all fantastic.
Steven.
Look at all of these people.
The votes are rolling in. Looks like the Electoral College is weighted heavily towards Mr. Ewing.
We have
Fry
the
Guy
best-
177 says Steven. Scott in Cleveland says Steven.
And Scott in Cleveland said it all.
And-
Because Steven carried this
We
round.
have best listeners in the
And
world.
and the car experts on this show voted for whom? The car expert who actually was able to rebut 3 cars.
And
To
is
be
a
fair,
DB
I
that-
did not vote for you.
Wait, let me just say the mini
Just
countryman.
saying.
Pepper W99 says 1 vote for Sarah Palin. No, thank you.
Just because.
Fair
Somebody just
enough.
voted
She has
for Sarah
foreign
Palin over me.
relations
I'm going to go shoot myself and drive home in my Aveo.
Is that what you really drive?
No. I would
don't-
throw myself off a river.
Don't harm yourself, Josh, just because you lost. There's always another day. Tomorrow's another one.
Baja Busta said you needed face lube for your rebut.
I've got to say, the Mini Countryman, I like. The MKZ Hybrid, I like. The Aventador, if somebody gave me the keys to it, I would never, ever, ever tell them no. I had to argue 3
I'm going
cars
to show
and
you
I
something.
actually
Hold on a
won.
second.
Well,
I
there
gotta
you have
find
it, folks. The chat room, the people have spoken, and Stephen J. Ewing carries this episode of Versus full term.
That's right.
I'm awesome.
And that sound means we have a show.
And that Josh is, in fact, a loser.
The greatest guy on earth.
He fell in the lava, it sounds like.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
sound
there you
like
go.
that.
So, thank you guys for joining us this week. Stephen J. Ewing from none other than the Autoblog, autoblog.com. You were just on a press trip, I understand, up in the northeastern region.
I was.
And you can't tell us about it yet.
No.
Can you at least tell us what vehicle you were driving?
I was driving the 2012 Subaru Impreza.
Is it still ugly?
Yes.
That he can say.
When does the embargo come off?
You guys can all read my review of the 2012 Impreza this Monday
Oh,
over at the Autoblog.
very nice. We do appreciate your performance and your willingness to help us on this show, Stephen. You are a trooper.
Always and forever.
Oh, God bless you. Michelle Naranjo, autobytel.com.
Yes.
Present, sir.
Yes.
Go ahead now. Don't be timorous.
What are you working on?
You know what this round. You know what. You've been on here 100 episodes, Michelle. Gosh darn near.
Gosh, actually, it is more than 100 because remember we had some we never actually played in public.
And if you're lucky, you might get to hear those on episode 100. So don't tell anyone. Shh. Quiet.
Quiet too.
On the what?
The 100th episode.
Wait, we've done 100?
Not
Next
yet,
week.
but next week we will have.
Next
Mm.
week we're doing 100 episodes?
in one day.
I can't
Michelle
commit to
at
that.
autobytel, autobymichelle.com.
I actually had Jeff Ross, my little assistant editor, in the office this week with me in California. That was kind of fun.
Why was he out there?
Why?
Why?
Well, he came to visit.
Visit? You don't say.
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh almighty. Well, that must have been a wonderful old time down there. A ball.
Yeah, it was. He had
Just a hoot.
A
a
hoot.
Charger SRT8, and I learned that on the Fusion Hybrid, there's like the little thing that grows leaves, and I was all concerned about people watching that
Hmm.
and not driving correctly. Well, Jeff was obsessed with in the navigation screen in the center stack. They actually have this thing on the SRT8 Charger that shows you how fast you're going and the horsepower.
Hmm.
And so Jeff would get it up to like 430 horsepower and going 85 miles an hour on a side street, and he was never looking at the road.
Oh, that's good. When that mother pushes her stroller out in the road and, oh, my baby. Beep, beep. Boom.
Everything going all over the place.
It's like a melon dropped off a roof. Just
Yeah. But we had fun.
very good. And everybody survived and nobody got hurt. Even better.
Exactly.
Josh Lewis from Rottos.com.
Rottos.
Have you thought of shortening that for the Twitter age?
By one letter. The major economizing.
I used to call it the raw, and then I realized that was the dumb. So it sounds like a sneeze. I'm sneezing every time I say it. Like people are like, "Oh, so what's your website?" I'm like, "Rottos," and they're like, "I'm sorry, Gesundheit." So I really should come up with a better name, maybe, but I don't really care. I just have to say, if you want to write on my website,
you can pay him. Yes.
If I don't email you first, you must pay me, actually. And believe it or not, some people are dumb enough to do that.
So is this like the sashimi of the auto website world?
What do you mean?
Uncooked?
I don't know. It is up to the non-Asian people who don't know the difference between sushi and sushimi or sushami, whatever. Sushimi. There you go. Sushimi. God.
Well, we'll leave it at that. Ben, the Colonel, Slanders. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Yeah, very good. Great hustle.
Thanks.
Yes.
Ben, what are you up to this week?
Editing the podcast. I
Yeah.
tell you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And finishing
And
moving.
Craig?
Yeah.
What are you up to?
As little as possible. Working on the 36.
The 1936
Ford.
four-door
Sedan.
Actually,
It's got a flathead V-type 8-cylinder engine, 221 cubic inches, 3 1/16
Who's
inch
sorting
bore,
buttons?
3 3/16
Would that be you,
inch
Michelle?
Stroke.
What?
Who's sorting buttons right now?
Sorting butt.
excuse me.
I don't know.
Hang
Someone was making rattling
Can
noises.
Craig keep
Oh,
going?
it's ice.
Can Craig keep going? My nipples are getting hard. Please.
3 1/16 inch bore, 3 3/4 inch stroke.
Four is right.
It's a 221 cubic inch V8 flathead configuration. 21 studs hold the iron cylinder heads to the
There's
iron
not going to
block.
be any studs in that
It's an
car.
early engine. Water pumps mounted in the cylinder heads. They changed that for 37, moved them onto the block so that they would push cool water into the engine rather than trying to suck hot water out of the top. 36 was also the transition year between Babbitt main bearings and shell-style insert main bearings, which happened at the latter half of 1936. So I haven't cracked mine open yet. I don't know if I've got the Babbitt or the insert. Let's keep our fingers crossed for the insert bearings for easier serviceability.
Oh my God! I need play 'em off music.
I know.
Don't miss your chance to win one.
Ben, I know, Ben. You just feel sorry for the autistic ones.
Interruption. Sorry, I'm coughing. Ooh. Don't miss your chance to win $100 by listening to Roundabout on your smartphone using Stitcher. Just go to Stitcher.com/roundabout. Then, when you register your account, don't forget to enter the promotion code Roundabout, and one of our lucky winners will win. Lucky listeners will win $100 each month. So please do that. Coming up next week, as we've alluded to several times this episode, show number 100. Don't want to miss it. Lots of important news coming up with that. Remember, you can watch Roundabout live every Friday evening starting around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time or 3:30 on the West Coast. Of course, if you could time travel, that would help, too. And don't forget to check out the rest of the Autoline family of fine programs, including Autoline This Week, Autoline After Hours, and, of course, Autoline Daily, all of which are available on our website, autoline.tv.
And next week is...
Open Line Program.
With guest?
Michelle Naranjo, host.
Pete Raskovich. And this week, Chelsea's going to be calling in, and we have a special guest host, Aaron Bragman from IHS.
Brilliant.
Very exciting. Pip, pip, cheerio.
That will be a fun one. So join us. Just check out autoline.tv for the phone number. And
all the body details.
It's the show where you rule the Autoline airwaves.
For at least a portion of it.
Or as we like to say, car talk that talks back.
Who coined that clever
Until
phrase?
I get mad and mute everybody.
Right.
Oh, well, we don't want that. So if you want to get in touch with us, leave us you got a question or a comment you want addressed, call us on our RoAB hotline. It's a Google Voice number, and the digits are 1559 RoAB 411 in numbers. That is 1559-762-2411. Go ahead, get a piece of paper to write that down. I'll wait. All right, are you ready?
Okay.
Very good. That is 1559-762-2411. Don't miss us on Twitter, twitter.com/roundaboutshow, and, of course, Facebook as well, facebook.com/roundaboutshow. And if you never want to miss an action-packed episode, and Ben, frankly, who doesn't?
I don't
You can
know,
subscribe on iTunes or the Zune Marketplace if you've got a Windows Phone 7. Now running Mango. Latest software update. I don't mean to toot my own horn. Anyway, thanks to all of you out there listening. Please join us again next week as we circle the roundabout. We'll talk to you then.
Oh, taking it to the max.
That one's just for
Scott in Cleveland.
Yes, Scott in Cleveland.
Scott with cleavage in Cleveland.
Numero 2.
Well, good show, guys. It's not done yet.
Keeps
Jesus
going
criminy. What's going on? Good hustle, team. Good hustle.
Thanks, all.
Wow. Pepper W99's got some lip.
Whoa, what
Blah, 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 Craig. Mud Monster. Ben, can you cut Craig's mic, please? Yeah, that's great.
So nice.
Well, we got to thank our loyal chatters. So who have we got? Baja Buster was there from before the show even started this week.
Ouch.
That's what makes it most impressive of all. He's either unemployed and has a lot of free time, or he's a huge fan of the show.
And I want to give
And
Baja Busta a plug because he always has awesome videos on YouTube. You need to go to youtube.com/Baja Busta.
He
That's
hoards awesomeness.
BAJABUSTA. What's that spell, Craig?
Bajabasta.
Sure.
He's got buckets of awesomeness on his
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Often a good source for our roundabout rear view.
I know this guy. Now I know who this is.
Yeah.
I've seen probably every video he's ever uploaded.
So, like the 10,000 billion jillion he's got there?
2,130.
Ooh. Wow. So he must have gone dumpster diving for all those VHS tapes or something the manufacturers threw out. But I digress. We've got to thank Fry Guy 177 too. He's back. He's in charge.
Yes.
He's active in the chat. He's holding down the fort.
I think he's a fry cook. That's my theory.
Certified fry technician?
Yes.
Oh, okay. He's chatting now. What's he going to say? He
What's
says, what's
up?
Okay. What does Fry Guy mean? Like Frylock from Aqua Teen? Or do you work at a quick service restaurant and you man the deep fryers? What does the Fry Guy mean? You just like French fries? And he's typing furiously. Furiously. What is he going to say? I'm not certain.
What's up?
It must be a long explanation.
Anyway, we'll move on to our next chatter in the meantime. Oh, there he is. Lol, no.
No. It was a running joke with me and some friends. Ha, ha, ha.
Doon, doo, doon. Next on the list, Mud Monster, of course. A
We
fan
know
from the
him.
beginning. Wasn't he? The dark days.
The dark days. In
The
fact,
dark.
he put together our season 1 kind of recap.
Did.
So that was cool.
And did all kinds of fun little musical stings
In fact,
for us.
the lube chat you heard earlier,
Mm-hmm.
Mud Monster.
Oh, yeah, he's got it going on.
He's got
Thank
mad
you,
skills.
Thank you for my lube, Mud.
Who else do we have?
That's
Pepper.
my lube.
We got Pepper W99. Has he and or she been in the chat before? Steven, I suspect you know this person or persons.
I don't know anybody
Persons of
Now,
interest.
why were you howling?
because I haven't said anything in a long time.
You just need to explode right
Attention! He and or
It's
she says a
actually-
few
it's
times.
actually
Well, great.
Steven's alter ego.
We're glad that we've been able to lure you back with
That's the truth.
We
with
glad.
good times and pieces of meat. Next up, Raw Autos, of course. Scott in Cleveland, on the banks of Lake Erie, as we like to say. Charming. That's the charming of the Great Lakes, isn't it?
Erie? I just flew over Lake Erie and it still looks like hell.
Is it
It
on
still looks
fire? Is
eerie.
it burning?
It's not on fire for a change.
Has the algae bloomed?
No,
Crimson
it's
Tide? Yeah. No, there you go.
This looks all brown.
Brown. Oh, he posted something in the chat. Let's see what he did. Computer surplus outlet? Well, is that where you work, Scott, in Cleveland, or is that one of your hobbies? Last but not least, William in the chat room. Ben, are you familiar? Are you familiar with William?
I am.
Who is William? Is he one of your stalkers, Michelle?
William's going to be doing some work on my house.
Oh.
And it turns out he has his own automotive podcast called Primer Podcast on iTunes. And they have some stuff on YouTube as well, including his Triumph motorcycle that they just got back on the road. And he did a bunch of custom stuff to it. So just, of course, of all the people in the world in Long Beach, I find one guy with an automotive podcast.
Of course.
Now, I know William as well, and I would just like to say, a.k.a. Bill.
So he goes by a more colloquial name than William.
Yes.
It's good to know. Yeah. Well, thank you, chatters, for joining us and sticking around to the end. We appreciate that, as always. Thank you, panelists, as well. We've wrapped up number 99. So let's give ourselves a little golf clap here.
Very nice.
Yay,
That's enough now. Good show, guys. We're done. Here.
Hot.
What?
Hot.
I'm not certain what you're referring to, but
It's better than bad. It's good.
everyone wants a log. You're going to love a log.
Come on and get your log.
It rolls downstairs. It tumbles in pairs.
Was over your
Something
neighbor's dog.
It's great for a snack. It fits on your back.
It's log,
log. It's log. It's log. It's big. It's heavy. It's wood. It's log. It's log. It's better than bad.
It's good.
Well done.
Was log better? What did you prefer, the log from Ren and Stimpy, or varicose veins in a box,
Or dog water.
or the Easy Stretch Mark Oven?
Oh,
Was that
yes.
show aimed at children? If so, how?
I love the easy stretch mark.
Good memories.
Oh, God.
No, sir, I don't like it, says Scott in Cleveland. Referring to Mr. Horse. Was it Mr. Horse? Yes, it was Mr. Horse, I think. Was it? Well, whatever. Close. It was equine of some sort. What about the guy with the big hairy the guy with the They did the hairball episode. It was a factory.
Big Harry, that's all I heard. Was the big Harry.
The guy with the big hairy.
Yes.
All I heard was, what about the guy with the big hairy, that guy. The guy
Do you guys remember Powdered Toast Man?
How could you not? He flew backwards.
Powdered
Wait,
Toast.
And he would
what
scrape
in the hell are
himself.
you guys talking about? I wasn't paying attention at first.
Huh?
Now I heard
Sounds
Big
like the
Harry,
whole
and
episode.
then-
Josh.
Powdered Toast Man.
What about the Yaxmas?
Look, Josh is in screen.
Whoa!
behind
Picture in
Craigie.
picture.
I wanted to try this out.
Josh,
So
how
this
you
is the
doing?
perfect opportunity.
Remember we did that and Craig kissed me? Or my logo?
I
my
know.
logo?
Tee-hee. Tee-hee.
If I try and kiss Michelle, I've got to go through Steven.
Oh.
Oh, well, I'm not saying a word.
I'm not saying a damn thing.
I mean, I could move.
Can
Is
we
this-
be
is this
done
getting
now?
awkward?
Are we finished?
I think we're finished.
On that note, Powdered Toast Man.
High fives to the
High fives. Yeah, great job, everyone. You've all done very well.